A Southern-style Easter calls for bright and fresh ingredients inspired by the season. We are in the Charlie Wilson KitchenAid kitchen this morning, helping you plan out that Easter menu. And Chef Brandi Alexander is putting a twist on some Southern favorites. And Chef Brandi, great to have you back in the kitchen. Don't you love Easter?
I do. I love all the food at Easter. You know, everyone comes together. Food's the universal language, and it's a great way, you know, to share your love with people is through food. But I think a lot of times,
I feel like deviled eggs too are always on my list every year, but I love the twist that you're putting on them because look, I do the same thing every time.
Every Easter classic. People love deviled eggs, but like you said, it seems like every year you're eating the same exact thing at Easter.
No, not this year.
So I'm taking a classic and putting a spin on it today, and it's still super simple, super limited ingredients, something you don't have to, you know, train for or go buy a million things at home, and you can still do this for Easter.
Amen. All right, you want to begin with this deviled egg?
Sure.
We're giving it the Taco Tuesday treatment.
We've got a Latin deviled egg over here. We've got guacamole deviled eggs. So what I've done is I take the yolks like you normally would for your deviled eggs and mash them with about 2 tablespoons of mayo. Then I make a homemade guacamole with avocado, red onion, tomato, jalapeno, lime. However, you don't have to make the whole guacamole. You can totally buy store-bought guacamole.
Yes.
And the ratio you would just use is half guacamole to half yolks.
Right. And just making sure that you use that little bit of yolk mixture in there gives it that deviled egg
Yes,
kind
you'll
of
need, you know, if you have a cup of egg yolks, you'll need a cup of guacamole, you know, just 1-to-1 ratio. And then the best tip for making deviled eggs, if you want them to look pretty, is to use a piping bag.
Okay.
They have disposable ones.
Where can you get these?
Any department store. I got these at Walmart. They're
easy.
super simple. They're super cheap. They're disposable. You can buy real ones too. You want a starred piping tip, which is also just a couple dollars, and you're going to pipe it right in just like you would do the top of a cupcake. Because we eat with our eyes first. And then I've got some tortilla strips over here. Guacamole needs that little crunch. And you have a beautiful little deviled egg.
Look at that. Can I try one?
Yes,
okay,
go for it.
Here. Right, does it have the, it has a little bit of jalapeno hotness in
it
here?
It does. There's a little spicy in there.
Okay.
I like a lot of citrus in my guacamole, so there's a lot of lime juice and zest.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's my new favorite deviled egg.
And then it needs just that little crunch. You know, guacamole is really creamy. It needs a little crunch on top.
Oh, that's so good. Right, you can taste a little bit of that egg yolk, just enough to make it like super different. That's how you mix up the appetizers for it. All right, I'll keep eating. You can go on to the next.
Okay, the next one we have is my bacon pimento cheese deviled eggs. And you can actually find my full pimento cheese recipe on my Instagram page at chef.brandi.
I could marry pimento cheese. I just want to let you know that. Like I could marry pimento cheese. I love it on everything.
So I use extra sharp cheddar in mine. I just grind it down from a block. It has cream cheese in it, jalapenos, just a little bit of mayo, and pimentos. But you can also buy the store-bought pimento cheese. Same ratio, half egg yolks to half pimento cheese. And it's still super easy to pipe. Now you will want to let it sit out of the fridge for just a few minutes before you pipe it because that cheese stiffens up. And then of course, pimento cheese and bacon just go perfectly well together. So we're just going to put a few little bacon crumbles right on top. And both of these can be made a day ahead, even if you pipe them and make them all pretty, put them in your little carrier, so you're not up at 3 a.m. Easter morning trying to make deviled eggs.
Trying to do plenty of things.
Yes.
If you're making the pimento cheese from scratch, like how do you get it down to that really smooth consistency? Like how do you do it?
So instead of buying store-bought shredded cheddar, buy the block. Buy the block of sharp cheddar, grate it down yourself. It's worth it. It's creamier. And as you just keep mixing and mixing, it'll get super creamier. If you want it a little looser, just add a little bit more mayo to it. And if you're not a mayo fan, you can use sour cream or Greek yogurt.
It's a great substitute.
Yes.
Other things to use. And so what appetizer is like your go-to on Easter?
Well, definitely deviled eggs. Actually, another appetizer that I'm going to show you are my bacon apple bites.
Oh, yes.
Super easy, super simple, and everyone will love them.
Well, before we go, I want to make sure people know that where they can connect with you because you're in town now. I'm so excited you're here.
Yes, I'm in the Louisville area. You can reach my business through southern-flair.com. You can also find me on social media at chef.brandi.
Actually, these recipes are going to be on today because you're going to like showcase some of the appetizers and the recipes.
Yes.
On, if you're not following on Instagram, you have to because there's so many great easy ways. That's what I love about what you do, because there's kind of like the heavier way to get into things, and then here is the easy way.
You know, we cook
and
so
it has
many
that
different
Southern flair.
We cook so many different foods on Easter that you don't need a recipe that's going to take 3 hours. You need something that's going to be super simple, super quick, but still impress your guests.
All right, so Chef Brandi is going to be with us coming up a little bit later in the show. We are going to tackle some more side dishes. They're Southern, but we're giving them that Chef Brandi kind of twist to it. That's coming up. Stay with us.